you so much for watching, listening. Of course, I want you to subscribe. Seriously, if the only reason you subscribe is for the jokes at the end, that would be completely worth it. I'm saying dripping with sarcasm. But I really do want you to subscribe because you'll love what we do here. Interviews, great Bible stuff that's super relevant, accessible, and really challenging. And I want to introduce you my new cool friend, Ginger Stache.
Hello.
Thank you, Ginger. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Me too, because you wrote a book called Chasing Wonder.
I did.
And what was that? What's the premise for that?
Well, I really believe that if we don't make a conscious effort to go after all the things of God, then we're going to miss some things. And it's not because he wants us to miss them. It's because we get so wrapped up in everything happening in our world, right? Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot going on. We're looking for good jokes all the time, and that takes a lot of time. We've got family, we've got work responsibilities, and it's so easy just to get in that routine, that monotony, and miss the wondrous things that God has all around us. Mm-hmm. So Chasing Wonder is about making a commitment of what I'm going to do to see all I can of God and not look back at the end of my life and regret those things that I didn't go after.
And to that end, you tend to not run things in the safe zone.
Well,
right? You tend to run things that more in the adventure zone.
I tend to do that. But the great thing about this is that adventure is different for everybody. And God knows what I need for adventure. He knows what you need. And I have a feeling you're a little bit more like I am. And God knows, God knows what you need. And so whatever it is, because he made us and he put in us exactly a little bit of him, then he brings those things out in the ways that are right for us. So it may be a little more on the edge, or it may not be. Right. But for you, it'll be exactly what's perfect.
And what would you say, what do you have still to do on your bucket list?
Oh, still on my bucket list. Okay. I want to swim in a cage with great whites. I have not.
In a cage?
I don't want the sharks in the cage.
With you in the cage, I'm like,
this is why I haven't done it yet. I don't have it figured out. No,
that's funny.
No, I don't know why. That's just something I think would be really cool to have that safe, but close up experience.
Fun.
So I want to do that. I did just skydive. Not too long ago, a few weeks ago. So I love all that kind of stuff.
Did you like that?
I loved it. I loved it, and I kept thinking, I won't step out. I won't get out of the plane. I won't do it. And I adored it. And that moment of going out, of course I was tethered to somebody who knew what they were doing, which is the key to everything in life. Be tethered to someone who knows what they are doing. And that's Jesus. You know, it's not just another person. But anyway, the other key though, aside from those crazy things that I still really want to do in life is that I want to make sure that I am asking God every day what's new for me today. So it may be something little. It may be meeting a new person, meeting you today, sitting here with you is a great thing for me. So I just want to keep those adventures going all the time.
And other bucket lists?
Other bucket lists. A lot of them, my husband and I love to travel. And so a lot of them are going a few different places.
Where do you still want to go that you haven't been yet?
I'd love to go to Petra. Have not been there yet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
How fun is that?
Have you done it? Oh, I'm sure.
It's a blast.
It just looks amazing to me. And some of the places, like New Zealand, I want to do the whole Hobbit thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a total geek.
Did that. Fantastic.
See, I just want to follow you around. That's what I want.
So, you go in Frodo's door or whatever.
Yeah.
Bilbo's door, and you're expecting to see this great, thing behind it, his house. And you walk in the door, open it, and it's nothing.
It's just dirt?
It's just dirt, right? And you come, and I have pictures, I'm looking out, but there's not, and it's kind of it's a little bit, but still. And the Shire?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Beautiful.
The whole thing, yeah. They did a great job.
Well, so.
More bucket lists. I want to hear some more.
What are your bucket lists? I want to hear yours.
We can do a couple. So I want to hit Nepal.
Yeah. Oh, Nepal's amazing.
You like that?
It's so beautiful.
Have you been to Bhutan?
No.
That's another one, right?
Yeah,
because who goes to Bhutan?
Who goes there? And that's what I love, going to those places that people say, who goes there?
What?
Yeah. So
I don't want to go to North Korea. That's not on my bucket
and
list.
you know, it's not on mine right now either. Maybe someday, who knows what'll change.
Did you ever read Orphan Master's Son?
No.
It's a Pulitzer. And the dude who wrote it went to North Korea, and I think he lived there like 6 months at a time to do research.
Really?
And it's a fiction based on life in North Korea.
Wow. That sounds interesting.
It's, yes, strange.
Well, I love learning about cultures, and I really love seeing what people are experiencing. I don't love the people who are experiencing horrible things, learning about those, but I love helping those people. So you can't have one without the other. You can't understand people and not do anything about it, and you can't help them without understanding them.
You have to get in their skin.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what it's like.
I do. So where's a place you've been that like really cut you to the heart?
So
I
many
mean, there's a lot,
places.
right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. You know, one of those that just pops to mind right away is when we went to Rwanda right after the genocide.
Oh, wow.
Not too long after the genocide. And that was really, really rough. The stories that we heard sending down with people who had dug their way out of mass graves because they were left for dead but survived. Stories of children who ran and hid. So that's one of those that I'll just never forget, those people. But I have so many places like that where you get into the heart of the hard things that people are living with, and it changes you forever. The same with Uganda and child soldiers there, sitting down with them after
Lord's Resistance Army?
Exactly. After Coney went through and did these terrible things, and seeing what was left with the children when they were finally set free, but just needed their lives completely rebuilt. So that was another one of those.
Yeah. Of late, have you watched any of the stuff, heard about some of the stuff in Myanmar?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's so sad.
And women who are giving birth in like forests, and they're trying to keep quiet so that the soldiers don't kill them. I'm like, ugh.
And there's so many things, Afghanistan, so many things in the world right now that it's just gut-wrenching just to see what's happening.
Yeah, yeah. And you read the news and I'm like, we need love.
We do. We do. And I'm one of those people that I just ask a lot of questions. And so my first thing is always, God, where are you?
Right.
You know, what's happening with us? And I love that he's gentle with me, that he allows me to ask those questions and to be difficult. But he has shown me a lot of amazing things through those situations. And I think it's exactly what you said. We need love, and we need to be that love that God does want to spread through the world and to help change even some of these hard situations. We can't say that one's too big.
Right. So I'm going to go on a little bit different tack. How many kids do you have?
We have 2 children. We have 2 daughters, and they're both grown, married, wonderful women. And we have 2 grandchildren. So each of our daughters has 1 child.
Nice.
We have a 2-year-old who is in that crazy 2-year-old, it's all about me stage, which is so fun and so hard all at the same time. And then we have a 1-year-old, and he is just such a delight and speaks through the funnest gurgles. It's just
nice.
It's just such a joy.
And your 2 girls, do you find one of them is a little more conservative, a little less adventurous, and one is a little more adventurous? Or are they both like, let's get out there?
They amaze me because they're both a little bit of a dichotomy. I would say they're both more conservative. They're both a lot more like my husband, whereas, he's a little bit more regimented, a little bit more safe. And yet both of these girls have done things and are so bold when the time comes. When God asks them to do something, they go. So they can just surprise me, but it's only me doing the crazy stuff. So, I'm on my own doing that kind of stuff, but they're they're exactly where they need to be.
Yeah. And crazy stuff. So when you say, I mean, jumping out of the airplane, that's a little crazy. Wanting to swim with great whites, that's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Are there any other crazy things too?
I don't know how crazy you call them. I mean, a lot of things are just kind of the places that we go.
Yeah.
And, you know, going into red light districts and just whenever you take a camera somewhere, you know where it is. When you take a camera with you, you draw a lot of attention.
Yep.
And so, you know, just getting into some dangerous situations, things like that. My husband and I did just go rappelling for the first time not long ago.
Oh,
he was
fun.
right there with me.
Yeah.
Did such a good job. It was so fun.
Where'd you rappel?
We were in Moab, Utah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
It was beautiful.
Very fun.
It was beautiful.
Very fun. And what do you read for pleasure?
I tend to go back and forth. I love to read biographies. They just amaze me. I love reading about people. And so I kind of go back and forth, fiction, nonfiction, fiction, nonfiction. So
Yeah.
I tend to do that. I read a lot of leadership books, you know, things like that. So I go back and forth in those things. And then I'll just read, I don't know, Nicholas Sparks, who knows, something to just totally lighten your load.
Yep. And favorite book outside of the Bible? What would you read more than once,
Pride and
twice?
Prejudice. It makes me sound like such a sissy girl.
No.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I love the language in it and the story of it. And I love The Great Gatsby. You know, I don't know. I'm kind of a classic girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like any of the Russian classics?
Like Dostoevsky or
Yeah,
something like
Chekhov,
that.
any of those?
I read Anna Karenina, but not a whole lot of that stuff.
Crime and Punishment?
No, I have it, but it looks really good on my shelf.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. But I haven't read it.
Charles Dickens?
Yeah.
Like him
a lot
a
of
lot?
Charles Dickens. Yeah.
Don Quixote?
Uh-huh.
Like that too?
Yeah.
Any German stuff?
Yeah. German stuff. I can't even think of any.
Thomas Mann?
No.
Tin Drummer?
No.
Any of that?
I guess not.
Metamorphosis?
I've left my German heritage behind.
Kafka?
I haven't read the right stuff.
Kafka? Metamorphosis? Those are all fun. They're kind of a little interesting too.
Yeah.
But I like reading.
Yeah.
Reading's fun.
Good.
Ooh, did you read All the Light We Cannot See?
No. Do I need to?
Oh, yes. Very much
I need
so.
to put it on my list.
Yeah. That book, I was flying to New Zealand.
That's a great time to read.
Exactly. And I'm in LA, and the dude next to me, he sees I just got this book because I just picked it up, right? At the airport, I'm like, I need a book. So he doesn't know me from whatever. And he's like, oh, you're going to love that book. I couldn't. And he starts going off on it. I was like, you know, he's weird, but he was right. I got on the plane. I was like, and I'm the slowest reader. And I got through it like, in I think 48 hours. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a miracle for me. So All the Light We Cannot See.
All the Light We Cannot See. I will check that out. It
Totally,
sounds good.
totally good. Totally
Yeah.
good. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out today. And thank you for subscribing. Make sure you hit the notification bell right there, because that's going to help you get content whenever we post it, like up front. Of course, I want you to think about this question. What is an adventure that would scare you? I think that's a good question, because sometimes, you know, adventure would, you know, what would scare you? What would like kind of push the envelope for you? What would scare you? And of course, we have a fantastic joke. I might do two. No, I think I'll just do this one, because this one's really good. Why? And you have to think for a second. Why did the art thief, like an art thief stealing art, why did the art thief's vehicle run out of fuel? Because he had no money to buy Degas to make the van go. I know, you're like, oh my gosh. And if you didn't like that
read
one,
it faster.
I know, if you do it too fast,
to get the gas to make the van go.
Exactly. I did it really fast. When they speed it up. But here's another one. I burned 2,000 calories today because I left my food in the oven too long.
I wish that worked.
That's a good one.
I wish that worked.
All right, now I'm done. Thanks for watching.